The eCom Q4 Summit was created to prove that any seller can experience a highly profitable fourth quarter with access to the right tips, strategies, and techniques. There's no need to struggle trying to figure out what to sell, where to find it, or how much to list it for. The summit covers everything from sourcing to listing to marketing and streamlining your operations. It doesn't matter if you're selling on one platform or multiple platforms like Amazon, eBay, Shopify, Walmart. And it doesn't matter if you're a new seller or an experienced seller. The information in the summit will help you get sale after sale after sale after sale during the busiest shopping season of the year, if you take massive action. So welcome to the eCom Q4 Summit. Hello, this is Nicole Whitlock with the eCom Q4 Summit. And today's key featured speaker is Mike Weiss. Now, Mike is part of Dropify, and I am so glad that he is here to share some amazing content with you. So, Mike, welcome to the eCom Q4 Summit.
Thank you. This is super exciting, and I really appreciate you inviting us to be a part of this. This is really quite something.
Well, let me just say, I am so glad that you guys accepted. I think you all are in for an amazing treat. He's got some interesting and great information to share with you. So if you're ready to get started on your journey to looking at e-commerce from a different perspective, you need to pay attention. So get your notepad and your pen and let's get started.
Great. Awesome. Thank you so much, Nicole. So guys, super excited that you're here. I have a lot of stuff I want to get through. So yes, please make sure you have a pen and paper there. And again, if you haven't already, make sure that you're upgrading to the all access pass so that you can get access to this recording. And trust me, you're not going to want to miss it. So guys, my name is Mike Weiss. Today, I'm actually going to show you something pretty cool. I'm going to show you how you can literally get an entire catalog of in-demand, top-selling, high reorder products with your own logo, your own label, your own brand in your store. And I'm going to do this in 40 minutes. Okay. So, and I want to show you that in 40 minutes because I want to show you how actually easy it is to do this. Okay. And what's really cool about this is you're going to have these products, they're going to be in your store, but they're also going to be ready to ship to customers in 1 to 3 days with zero upfront inventory costs or minimum orders needed. So if this is something that you've been excited about, I'm going to introduce you to the power of using private label on-demand strategy for your Q4. Okay, so just a quick little introduction here for me. My name is Mike Weiss. I live in British Columbia, which is in Canada. No, it's not all igloos and snow up here. I live in a tiny little town called Kelowna. I have a beautiful wife. I have 2 troublemaking kids that I love so much. And guys, over the last 20 years, I've made a career in managing, coaching, and training entrepreneurs, both in the brick and mortar and in the e-commerce spaces, whether they were just starting up, trying to get out of a rut, or just needing a bit of a push for a while. Because my passion has always been in helping companies avoid expensive hurdles. And I do that I've had the privilege of doing that with now so many major players in the gaming, telco, finance, and Amazon companies, and even in my own companies to help them reach 7 or even 8-figure annual recurring revenues from nothing. Okay. Now, I got to let you know, to get there, I've probably also been a part of making or personally making, I think almost every mistake in the book, getting stuck and even almost going bankrupt multiple times. Okay. Now, our plan today is I'm going to show you how you can quickly build your own catalog of private label products and add them to your online stores. Okay. Now you're going to do that by using USA manufactured products that are produced on demand with your logo, your label, your brand. Okay. Next, we're going to make sure that you're going to do this with priority shipping to your customers. So once they order it, they're going to get it in 1 to 3 days. Okay. Now, lastly, remember, there's zero upfront inventory costs, and it's in one of the longest standing and fastest growing still industries in the entire world. Now, I am going to focus primarily on supplements, CBD products, and skincare products, as this is almost at $1 trillion per year market that you can jump in and get a piece of that pie. So guys, my goal for this presentation is really to help 2 types of people. Okay, so for my beginners, okay, it's okay if you're just getting started and you're like, man, I hear Q4 is really powerful. You're right, it is. So what we're going to show you today is I want to show you the strengths of these markets. Okay, I also want to show you the profits that you can expect to see, a brand new marketing strategy to actually help you find winning designs faster, And I'm going to show you how these products are actually fulfilled and shipped in 1 to 3 days to your customers. I'm also going to show you which products are top selling, in demand, and high reorder so that you can just laser cut, get focused, and just get started as quickly as possible. Because again, Q4 is just around the corner. And lastly, I am going to show you a step-by-step demo, actually showing you how quickly you can put this catalog together in your online store. Now, for more experienced folks.
Did you just say that this before you said this was all US based?
You got
So
it.
that
Yeah.
you don't have to worry about something coming across the ocean.
Nothing coming across the ocean. Nope. All US based.
All right. Did you guys
All
hear?
right. Nicole, you best be not be interrupting me. This is good stuff here. You're gonna sidetrack me for all the cool stuff that we have going on. So, but I also want to tell you now, if you're not just a beginner, okay, and you're a little bit more experienced in this, you've kind of gone through the wind and the trials. You probably have lots of experience owning your own business, your e-commerce. You know, whether it's been doing drop shipping, private label, online marketing. With any product, right? Today, I am also going to make sure that you have, some value out of this as well. And so I'm going to actually show you how you can add virtually an unlimited number. That's a real thing, an unlimited number of your own private label supplements, CBD, and skincare products with different designs. I'm also going to show you how you can create an endless number of bundles, upsells, downsells, one-time offers, and free giveaways, and how you can use layer marketing in your marketing campaigns to actually make money while you're testing to find these winning label designs. And remember, guys, there's zero upfront inventory. I'm super pumped. Let's get started. So guys, because Dropified has really truly helped define this new model, I'm going to go ahead and call this the Dropified way, the new way, okay? Now, the Dropified way, it's super simple, okay? You're going to choose your supplement or your product in our catalog. You're going to design your label, and you're going to sell your product. You're going to sell your supplement, okay? Now, the fun part is what happens to all the orders that come in? Well, you know what? We're actually going to handle the rest of it. And it's important that you look at models that can do this to help you launch, because they're going to allow you to not split your attention so much on all the individual processes and focus on the one thing that you absolutely love doing, which is communicating with your customers, understanding the metrics, and making sure that you're making smart business decisions. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and handle all the hard work for you. But what does this actually mean? It means that you can create, test, and sell as many supplements as you want with your own label designs and without buying any products up front. All the hard work is done, all the pain is gone. Now, I also want to let you know that another strategy that you're going to be able to adopt with this is called layer marketing. Okay? It's the unfair advantage when it comes to marketing. So not only are you able to actually get started faster than the traditional method, okay, because you're using the new way or the Dropified way, but you're also able to use layer marketing to research, test, and adapt your product to fit the individual interests, not just of one niche, but multiple markets with multiple niches at the exact same time. But don't worry, we're going to cover all that in this presentation. So, first topic, okay, let's talk about the actual market. Now, the question here is, how is this actually going to make you money? Well, I'm going to show you in just a few slides, but first let me talk to you about the industry that you're actually going to be playing in with this, okay? It's one of the largest, longest standing, fastest growing markets on the planet right now, okay? Now, I need you to know, collectively, dietary supplements, both human and pet, CBD and hemp oil, and skincare products make up over, and you're not even going to understand this number because honestly, I don't even, it's just a number that I read sometimes, but it's pretty nuts. Over $600 billion per year industry. Okay, it's crazy. And that's just today. Market trends are actually showing that these markets are going to be growing exponentially over the next 5 years. So if you think that there's too much competition, remember, there's no single company that owns all of this space. And with programs and with this strategy, that we're going to be talking about today, you're going to be able to reach the untapped market faster than even the biggest players in this space, and especially in Q4, where people are eager to buy for gifts. And I'm telling you, it's going to be a lot of fun. Isn't this crazy, though? $750 billion market, okay? Second topic, let's talk about how you make money. So that's the market. Let's talk about how you make money. So remember when I asked the question, how is this actually going to make you money? Well, let's actually dive into that. The golden rule strategy, guys, with selling any product is bundling, okay? So this is often done through upselling, cross-selling, or even downselling, okay? Bundling products, though, is how you make major money in e-commerce, okay? Now, let's start with some individual products. I want to show you an example here. I'm going to show 4 products that we just chose out of our catalog for this example, okay? Now, let me explain what's going on here. So the top line is going to represent your cost. Okay. Now this cost doesn't include shipping, but shipping is being like, for the priority shipping, it's going to be like $1.50 or $2 maybe for each product. Okay. Now, the middle line is going to be your MSRP, and everyone knows that that's what you're going to be selling it for. Okay. Now the bottom line obviously is also going to be your profit. Okay. Now this profit is for each product. Now I want you to take a look at some of the profit margins here. Okay. These are 100 to 300% profit margins. This is not profit margins that you normally see when you're talking about private label, or that you normally see when you're looking at drop shipping. Okay. What's really sweet is, and the reason why I say all that is because you have to deal with the shipping, and you have to deal, just there's so many additional costs that come in that you don't get to see the immediate return on your investment. But then also with drop shipping, you typically don't see very high margins because the whole point is that you're doing volume. But with this, you're seeing very high margins, 1 to 300%. Okay. Now, the reason why I'm showing you these margins is because I want you to understand these are also not very arbitrary MSRPs that you're seeing. These are actually really healthy averages that you would see in the market. If anything, they're actually on the lower end because come Q4, as everyone knows, that's when your prices start going up for everybody, and that's why it's very nice for everybody that's selling, as long as you can get rid of your inventory. Again, traditional private label. So the other bit I want you to understand, though, is when you see these margins, I don't want you to think about driving the price down, doing the price war. Guys, you never want to run a business like that, okay? Why? Is because you're building a brand, okay? You want your brand to be a premium quality brand that people should be paying premium quality pricing for if you've done your job right and if you take care of your customers right, okay? Again, these are just the profits per product. So now I'm going to actually show you on a month-to-month basis what it would look like if you were to bundle these 4 products together. All right. So guys, and I want you to know, I've seen people scale this strategy enormously, okay? But I don't want this to feel unreachable, again, because we don't really have a lot of time coming into Q4, and you need to get something up and running quickly that you know is going to work. So I decided to put some pretty conservative examples in here, which means these are examples that you could expect and should expect if you do this right, okay? Which is part of why you're here today looking at this. So this is what you can expect to be making from a profit standpoint. So here's the deal. So if you were to sell this bundle, remember the bundle is with the 4 products that we listed before. If you were to sell that bundle just to even 50 people, okay, it means that you're going to be making over $5,000 profit per month because of the margins that you're going to be seeing. Okay. Now, again, I'm sure a lot of you are pretty good at math. That if you double the number of people that you're selling it to, or the double the number of bundles that you're selling, you're going to be making twice the profit. But I want to show you this number here. So if you were to sell just to 250 people, or sell 250 bundles per month, guys, just to give you an idea, that's between 8 and 9 per day, which is insanely achievable, especially during Q4. This means that you'll be making over $26,000 of just profit, okay? Profit. Well, what does that mean then? Well, it means that the more customers that you're selling bundle sales to, the more revenue that you're going to be making, okay? Are you seeing how powerful this is? Are you seeing how you can actually make this type of money quickly without having to do all the upfront investment right away? Well, again, we have a few more points to get into. I just want to help you understand what the market is, what kind of money that you're talking about. All right, let's talk about topic 3. Now, this is a nice one because this is kind of the secret to how people can do this really, really well. This is called layer marketing, okay? So the question here is, how can you actually think about competition differently, like us, and use this unfair advantage to test and actually grow your brand inside these untapped markets that your competitors probably don't even know about, okay? I'm going to show you exactly how this works. But first, let me talk about why you can trust that this unfair advantage works. Now, this is a new marketing strategy to help you find your winning designs, all right? Now, layer marketing. Well, what is layer marketing? Layer marketing is simple. It means that you can test any design at no upfront inventory cost. That's what layer marketing is. So where would you have maybe seen this tried before? Well, actually, you probably have seen this before. If you're familiar with companies like Teespring, Viral Style, Printful, you're instantly going to understand how powerful this is. But for those of you that don't know those companies, or know the companies but don't understand the model, essentially the model allows users to create campaigns to sell custom apparel. So the custom apparel is the company's going to provide the apparel where you can actually choose the top, choose the product, choose the the size, or whatever else that you want it to, the color, whatever it is that you want it to look like. You can throw your design on it, and then they're going to give you a mock-up, kind of like the one you're seeing in the picture here, and then you're able to sell it. Okay. Now, however, the thing that you need to understand about models like this is that typically there's a catch, and that catch is that the seller has to meet certain sales goals, or they can be sometimes called tipped campaigns. And essentially what that means is that you're going to set a goal, and once you hit that goal, then they're going to ship everything out for you. Now, this is just another way of saying minimum order quantities. Right now, it's cool that you can sell it beforehand, but you still have to wait till you hit your sales goals or your tip campaigns before they're going to send it out. So, but ultimately the model the model is pretty simple, right? You're going to create and upload your designs, then they're going to spit a mock-up to you, and then you're going to market it, and then they're going to take care of the rest of it. Okay. So, guys, why is this such a powerful model? Well, the key here is once you have a winning design, you can actually replicate that design and reuse it over and over and over and over again, but in different markets. So next you might be asking, does this actually work? Well, yeah, it does, because people literally make millions of dollars doing this every single day simply by finding a winning design in one market and applying it or marketing it to other audiences and changing it around just a bit to fit what matters to each of those audiences. But I'll tell you what, let's just take a look just to make things super simple, okay? So guys, the example I'm going to use today, especially just on the apparel side of it, is from a friend of ours that made over $10 million just on this design alone, okay? So on the far left, you're going to see a t-shirt that says, "Never mess with an old man with boxing gloves." Now, many of you probably have already seen this design. So the far left made him a lot of money, and it was a winning design. Now, what our friend did is he said, you know what? Not every old man boxes. I'm sure there's lots that have hobbies like guitar or bass guitar or drums, or I bet he even just asked his friends. I mean, who knows, right? But ultimately what happened is he said, cool, I'm going to go research these markets, and I'm going to start just changing that one line item. So never mess with a man with a guitar, with a bass guitar, a drum set, or an accounting degree. And it went on and on and on and on and on. Well, because these other gentlemen or whoever was purchasing it saw this original design and thought, oh, I love that, but I don't, box. But now they see one for an accounting degree. They're like, yes. Okay, so now you can see why this is working. Is they're attracted to the design. Now it makes it feel like it's just for them, and that's why they buy it. Okay. So what is layer marketing then for supplements? Well, it's pretty similar, but it's in a market that's growing close to $750 billion that we saw a few slides earlier. And remember, there's zero minimum commitments. Okay. Why is it a growing market? Well, it's because it's a consumable market. Okay, consumable meaning that people are going to be eating it and they need some more, right? Or people are going to be using it, and they need some more. So consumable market means that there's higher reorders, and when you have lots of reorders, it means you can build your brand faster, which means that you can find success faster as long as you take care of your customers. Okay, but coming back to layer marketing here, the strategy is pretty simple. Okay, so first you're going to research your target market. Then you're going to come up with creative designs for your label that the market is already responding to. And that's going to be things like images, key terms, designs, whatever. Okay. Now, once you find a winning design, you're actually going to use that design on the same product, but in different markets, and tweak the messaging just a little bit. So let's use the example that you see on the screen here. Okay. Now, by the way, this was from someone that actually was part of Dropified, is part of Dropified. And this is seriously probably one of my favorite examples ever. So male enhancement supplement, and he had called it Edgar Allan Poe, and he said male enhancement for poetry lovers, and he said Edgar Allan Poe, and I thought that was just brilliant. And so what he did is he figured out it was a nice winning label, and so he decided to actually apply that same design but into other markets. And so he created one for blood pressure support called Edgar Allan Flow. He created one for women's libido support called Edgar Allan O, which was hilarious. And then he did one for anti-wrinkle formula called Edgar Allan Glow. And so the whole point here was that he took a winning design and he applied it to different products and put those products into different markets. Okay. Now, just if anyone that's kind of following or starting to see this, another thing that you can do following the golden rule is that not only can you go into separate markets and kind of apply it to what works for that market and what that market's already responding to, but you can also bundle these products together and sell them as a package, and then your profit margins go through the roof, right? And it's because your average cart value goes through the roof, and what it took to get that client in there, the cost goes less and less and less and less because they're buying more and more and more. So guys, ultimately, what does this mean? It means that you can test different label designs easily just by uploading that new design. You can take the mock-up of that design, put it into your store and onto your ads, then you launch that product with your design, like on your store, and then anything that comes in, we're going to take care of the order for you, and we're going to fulfill it, do the shipping, do the tracking. It's going to get shipped to your customer in 1 to 3 business days, and you never have to pay for any upfront inventory. All your orders are fulfilled automatically. That's how simple it is, okay? You see how powerful this freaking strategy is. Guys, trust me, this works because you can pivot so freaking quickly. But again, I want to show you a few more examples of this. So let's talk about multivitamins, okay? Now, when you start getting specific and looking at who you can target, layer marketing means that you can build the label to make it feel like it's just for that target, okay? So for example, far left was the winning design for the general multivitamin, okay? Now you start looking at each individual target. So men over 40, science teachers, vegan life choice, Canadians like me, downhill mountain bikers, okay? And you're changing just one little piece of it and adopting images and key messages that target market already responds to, and voila, you have a brand and you have a winning label that you can market across multiple niches and multiple markets. Okay, you're able to create a new label specific to each target group. Okay, now I love this because I actually use these myself. Let's use an example of children's multivitamin gummies. So again, these are also part of the catalog that we offer, but you can do this really with any market, by the way, that you find. But ultimately, remember, you do your research, okay? Then you're going to spin up a few different label designs using the similar designs, messaging, images, things like that. For example, for kids, that kids are already into, okay? So, for example, for kids, it could be dinosaurs, it could be princesses, it could be unicorns, okay? And you're going to test it to see which one's going to work in your marketing. And once you find which one hits, voila, you have your winning label design, and you can hit it right across multiple products, or you can start bundling with other unique products, which are really cool. Now, I don't know about you, but it took a bit before my daughter was actually going to take any vitamins, right? And I'll tell you, if I was able to slap a for princess label on there, and I'm telling you, it probably would make things so much easier, because she would have said, "Oh my gosh, even if looked at it, even princesses are taking their multivitamin gummies, and if she's taking them, then I'm going to take them, because then maybe I'll turn into a princess." Now, my daughter is my princess, but definitely not because she took these multivitamin gummies. It's because I treat her nice and she's wonderful. But anyway, you understand that you can do this really with any market. Now, look at a couple other products. We kind of laid into supplements for a bit. Let's jump into CBD for a second. So CBD oil is another product that we actually offer for our customers and our platform here. But let's look at some of these cool examples here. By the way, these are just super fun. I just like including this in. So hemp for folks over 50, for bikers, for surfers, for veterans, for golfers. I love this, for teachers. Now I know my CBDs. Like, you can put any creative design on this thing, and it's going to work, because you're going to look at what's responding in that market, launch it out there. Even if you only get one sale, it doesn't matter, because we're going to be able to fulfill that for you. And if you get 1,000 sales, then you know you have a winning design label, and boom, you can spin up your brand with other products. Okay, so how is it? This is a question I always get. How is it that big companies are not using this strategy? Well, guys, it is simple. Okay, what this is a picture of the traditional way. Now, if you don't know what this is because you've never done private label, trust me when I tell you, it is a nightmare sometimes. And this is literally how I've done it almost exclusively until Dropify opened up this revolutionary way of doing private label on demand. But ultimately, big companies can't do this because they're stuck using this traditional way. Okay, they can't pivot quickly enough. And why? Well, it's because it's too expensive, which means it's too expensive because they have to order all the product up front. Okay, it takes too long because they would need to test the market first, draw up designs, order the products, test the market again to see which designs are going to work, and there's no guarantee on the return on investment. Okay, that's why they don't look at the other markets that when they have a winning label, they just stick with the markets that are already giving them money for that winning label. Because they don't care to look, because of these reasons, because it's too expensive, takes too long, no guarantees, they may not know that they exist, or maybe they know they exist, but they don't care to go after them because it's just too expensive to know what they're going to land on, right? So, guys, now I've shown you how to use this unfair advantage literally to laser focus your marketing to these untapped markets that your competitors, if they know about them, they're not even tapping into them, but sometimes they don't even know that these markets even exist, okay? Isn't this fun? I freaking love this. This is like super exciting for me. I wish this was around, like I said, a few years ago, because it would have made my life a lot easier. Topic 4. Okay, you have to find certified suppliers. Okay, you have to find the suppliers. Why? Because suppliers are the people that are giving you your catalog, and you need to make sure that they can do the on-demand, right? So in this strategy, some questions here are: how can you actually launch your own supplement brand using the same fully certified suppliers that even the highest quality supplement brands are using, right? Second, how do you know that the quality products are coming from actually certified suppliers? And lastly, what kind of products are you even talking about here, right? So what are the top selling products out there? So guys, I'm going to show you exactly how all this works for you. But first, please let me tell you a little bit about our suppliers and why we know that they focus on quality, and to give you an understanding of what you should be looking for when you're looking at suppliers if you aren't going to use a service and program like Dropify, okay? So let me tell you guys, out of the gate, finding private label suppliers and fulfillment services can be real tricky because it takes a lot of research, negotiating, and a lot of trial and error, okay? Now, one workaround, if I kind of preluded to it already, one workaround is to work with companies like Dropify who already have these partnerships, okay? And what you're looking to get access to with these companies is the suppliers, like their partner suppliers and their catalogs, okay? Fulfillment companies that can offer discounted priority shipping, right? You don't want to have shipping that's taking, 7 to 15 business days. You want something that can be fast, right? Because then people know that you are a quality brand, or at least build the trust for them that you are a quality brand, okay? You also want to make sure that you get access to merchant providers that are going to work with the types of products that you're interested in selling, okay? Now, lastly, and this is just for me personally, but I want to make sure that I'm kind of working as much as possible in a one-stop shop kind of a model, right? And really what that is where there's automated processes, for all of these things like order fulfillment, shipping, tracking, but also, I mean, if I'm able to do more in that platform, then that's what I want, because I don't want to be managing multiple different tools. Okay, so guys, it was this kind of combination that allowed that allowed a company like Dropify to be able to break the traditional method uh, of private label and actually revolutionize that private label on-demand model. So, guys, if you're looking for a company, again, Dropify's there. But if you want to kind of figure it out yourself, these are the things that you need to make sure that you're looking for. Okay. Now, remember when I asked the question, how do you actually know that there are quality products coming from certified suppliers? Well, let's talk about that for a second. So first, what is it that you need to look for a USA manufacturer, specifically in the supplement, CBD, and skincare markets? Because remember, it's a $750 billion market, okay? So first, you gotta make sure that they are FDA registered. So FDA stands for Food, Drug, and Administration, okay? Now, our suppliers at Dropify are FDA registered as as food manufacturing facilities, okay? So if you wanna look for someone that is FDA registered, and then again, you would win if they were registered as a food manufacturing facility. Second, you want to make sure your suppliers are CGMP certified. What does that mean? Well, CGMP stands for Current Good Manufacturing Practice. Okay, what is that? Well, CGMPs are established by the FDA, and it means that they're essentially following FDA guidelines. Okay, now third thing is great. Now you have the registration and you have the certification, but you don't want these just to sit as pieces of paper on the wall. Okay, FDA is huge, and there's so many things that they're doing, so they don't have the chance to actually do testing all the time, which is probably a good thing for a lot of companies because it means that they can kind of get away with certain things. But that's not the type of supplier that you want to work with or manufacturer you want to work with. You want to work with manufacturers that work with third-party companies like ASI to regularly audit to make sure that manufacturer supplier are continuing to meet these same guidelines by the FDA. Okay. Now, lastly, and it's funny that I even mentioned this, but seriously, you'd be shocked. When you're looking for a USA manufacturer, make sure that they're in the USA and that they're not just a wholesaler, just kind of getting products from across the ocean into a warehouse and then just saying that they're the supplier or something like that. You want to make sure that everything is being manufactured in the United States of America if you're looking for a USA manufacturer. Okay. So now, guys, I've actually shown you how you can launch a supplement brand by using the same fully certified suppliers that the highest quality supplement brands are using, what the criteria you need to be looking for is, and some examples of where you can find that. All right. So I hope you're still with me, guys, because now it's not going to be just my voice. We're going to be a little bit more interactive here. Okay. So topic 5 is what are the top selling products? Now I could just give you a giant list of, here you go and have this, but I actually want to show you and help you engage with this a little bit. So when I ask the question, what kinds of products are we actually talking about here? I'm actually going to jump in and I'm actually going to show you this. So bear with me here while I just quickly change up my screen. And Nicole, just a quick touch point. This is coming up with the product catalog here, right?
Yep.
Perfect. Good. I just want to make sure. All right. So let's talk about this for a second here. Sorry, one sec. Okay. So first and foremost, I want to talk about what this product catalog is. So this is the Dropify. This is our catalog here, but I just want to show you a little bit of what you would be getting, or what you should be looking for in catalogs. These should be top selling catalogs. These shouldn't be, or sorry, top selling products in this catalog. This shouldn't be products that are sitting in the back of a warehouse that your manufacturer's like, oh shoot, we couldn't get rid of these. You want to make sure that these are actually products that are people are asking for. Like I said, they're in demand. And one way you can test that is by going into Google or going into Amazon and seeing how many sales are coming through on each one. And so, but for this catalog here, I just want to show you some of the cool stuff that we have. So you have everything, from your supplements to down, even if you go into gummies. Obviously, gummies are getting huge right now. So if you're like big into gummies or you wanted to get into it, especially bundling, you can definitely do that. Find a manufacturer that can open up on demand with gummies. Again, we talked about CBD, so this is some CBD products that are available at least in our product catalog. But some things even about CBD. If you're interested in jumping into CBD, just be conscious of what you're allowed to market and what you're not allowed to market. And currently, right now, FDA has allowed people to market and advertise on topicals, right? So when you have topicals, be like active relief cream, anti-wrinkle cream, and so on. Pet products as well. We've been launching a lot of new products here as well. So, we have bacon treats and cheddar treats. Again, sorry, I don't want just to be all about Dropify. I'm just trying to give you an understanding what some top selling products are, because I know that we only put in top selling products in our catalog. Again, skincare is a huge market that makes up about 500 billion of the $750 billion. It's obviously a huge market. And so being able to white label with your own skincare products would be pretty cool. And then obviously bundling is an enormous piece of that for gift packages and things like that. So it's pretty cool. Now I'm going to jump into one of these and just kind of show you a little bit more when you're looking at products and what products you should be looking at. There's a few pieces that you need to make sure that you're considering. So we're just going to jump into one of these just to show you. So I'll jump into 50 billion here. Probiotic 50 billion CFU, by the way, is it's for gut health, so digestive health. And so what you're doing here is, first of all, let's look at cost. You want to know exactly what your cost is. And so if you're not going to work with a service or a program or a platform like Dropify here, when you're doing your negotiating, you got to make sure that you get your cost down as much as possible, and without having to do a lot of minimum upfront orders. Then you want to know exactly what you can sell it for. So when you're negotiating your costs, make sure you know what your kind of average MSRP would be, and that's based off of the platform that you're selling on, and whether you're going to be bundling or not bundling. So just want to make sure you're considering all that. Now, when you're going into your ingredients here, you also want to make sure that you have quality ingredients in your product here. And so, when you're looking at this, you want to make sure you understand these. But if you don't understand them, you want to ask your manufacturer to provide you with a dietary breakdown like we have here, where you have, you know exactly what you're allowed to say. Like, is it vegetarian friendly? Perfect. Is it vegan friendly? No, it's not. So I probably shouldn't put that in my ad or in my even on my label here. Is it non-dairy, gluten-free, paleo-friendly, keto-friendly, non-GMO? People want to know this. And actually, if you're thinking about layer marketing strategy, this is pretty powerful too, because then you're able to say, all right, I want to try one label where I have non-dairy as being my selling point. Then I have another one with gluten-free, then another one where it's vegetarian friendly. You can actually test it to see which one's going to work. And then whatever one comes in strongest, then just, you can pump more advertising in there. Uses. You want to make sure you understand the uses for supplements. Not everyone here understands the micro and metal testing, or understands the what every single ingredient is going to do for every single part of your body. And if you're just getting started with this and that's one of your fears, then again, don't let it be a fear, because you want to talk to a manufacturer and they will provide you, like we have here, with a proper messaging that you can be putting into your advertising and that you can be putting onto your sales pages. Key benefits, what are the key benefits of this? And then also, what are some areas that you can actually bundle? Remember, bundling is the key. So what do you actually bundle gut health with? Well, they're going to give you some options there as well from your supplier and manufacturer. FAQs are also really powerful because a lot of people are going to have these frequently asked questions. Now, again, there's only a couple here. You can definitely search the net or even check out reviews on other people's sites that sell products like this, and kind of see what they're interested in, and then make sure that you are answering as many of those questions truthfully as possible. And then lastly, you want to make sure that they can get you things like an actual label template. Now, most should be able to work with you like that. But again, because the last thing you want, and this is traditional private label, is the last thing you want is to get the template, actually give it to a designer, have them actually do all this for you, which costs a lot of extra money. Get the label back, send it back to the manufacturer because you have to order 150 or 250 units up front, and all of a sudden they realize, oh, the label's wrong, or you changed too many things, so you have to do it again, and now you're stuck with all this product, right? That's exactly why I'm talking to you today about private label on demand, so that you don't ever have to worry about stuff like that again. Because if you get the label wrong, they'll send it back before they even ship any orders out, and you just quickly upload a new one to them, and boom, you're done, right? And it literally takes seconds to do that. It's crazy. Last thing I want to show you, especially when you're looking at product quality and how do you know these are top selling products and what's actually in the product and that they're certified. You want to make sure that from your manufacturer, you're getting a thing called a COA, or Certificate of Analysis. So we provide this for every single one of the products in our catalog, and you can see this one came from one of the manufacturers working with private label supplements here. But so this certificate of analysis is going to show you micro tests, metal tests. It's also going to give you the exact breakdown of product ingredients, what the lot number was, which is super important, expiry date, when the manufacture date of this lot was, what kind of capsule it is, some extra descriptive items on the actual supplement here. And guys, this is what your customers are looking for if they're saying, hey, listen, how do I know this is a certified product? Or if you're working with companies like Amazon, or if you're gonna be working with your own merchant providers, this is stuff that they need. So when you're working with private label, when you're working to sell private label, you need to make sure that your manufacturers are giving you this stuff, because if they're not, I'd be questioning whether or not they're the type of manufacturer supplier you want to be working with. So anyway, I could talk all day on this, but I just wanted to give you some features on when you're looking at top selling products like the ones I've shown you here. How do you know, what is it that you need to know for every single one of those things so that you can get started as quickly as possible? And again, if you want to do the workaround, you can work through companies like Dropify that do all this for you. You can just get started. So that being said, let me jump back in here. Now we're going to do a live demo. I think we're doing pretty good for time right now, man, alive. I think we've kind of gone through these points pretty quick. So again, if it's been too quick, make sure you get the upgrade to the all access pass that you can watch this as many times as you want. And I hope you've been taking notes. But yeah, so what I'm going to do now, I told you how all this works. I actually want to show you. So in this demo, just to make sure you're 100% clear what I'm going to show you. In this demo, I'm going to show you how you can download a label template, how you can upload your completed label to Dropify specifically to generate store images, then how you can upload that to a Shopify store. Now, again, you can do this in a lot of different platforms. I'm just going to use Shopify for the demo. And the process would be the same for any other platforms that we'd be able to work with. But then also how you can actually bundle and multiple products together so that they can be ordered and delivered at the exact same time. All right, you ready? Can I show you this? This is going to be a lot of fun. All right. Get me back in there. Beautiful. Cool. All right, so out of the gate, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you have, if you're working with Dropify specifically, you want to make sure that you have the app on your Shopify store. So how you do that, go into the apps, Shopify App Store, type in Dropify, and you go ahead and add it, okay? Now, this is the actual platform here for Dropify, but what you're going to do here is you're going to connect your store. And once you have your store connected, it's a lot easier. So this is how quickly and easily you can actually get your own private label into your store. What we're going to do is we're quickly going to jump into the supplement section. Okay, and I'm going to be looking for, let's just say I want to look for a shed fat burner. Now, again, just to give some context here, what I'm going to be doing is I created a little demo store here called Tone Deaf. Tone Deaf stands for tone and definition. And so we're going to be looking for anything that helps with the tone and definition, from the inside out. Okay. And so that's why we're going to be looking for a shed fat burner. So I'll just type in kind of what I'm looking for, and I'll go ahead and click on the supplement that I'm looking for, or the product. Doesn't have to just be a supplement, it could be any product. I'm going to be going in, and I believe the price for this one was like $29.96 was the higher end, again, which is still low for Q4, but for the sake of it, we're going to download the template. Now, when you get this template, you're going to see an example of the label here. And so all you're going to do is you're going to download this label. You're going to upload your image to that label, and then you're going to put your images and your writing and everything that you want on this, and then you're going to upload it. So I've already kind of gone ahead and done that with one of my labels here. So I'm going to actually hit customize label. Okay, I'm going to choose my file, and I am going to do this guy. So now you're going to be seeing that you have an image. Okay. Now I have my brand here. It's called Jumpstart. Okay. And I have my image on the back, and then I have my key benefits underneath. Okay. So I'm going to save because this is what's going to be on the website. This is the mockup that's going to come on my website. I'm going to save that mockup. I want to make sure I have one for my ingredients, which again, if you see a lot of this on, Amazon or Shopify stores or Google Shopping, you're going to see that they provide this kind of thing as well. So you're going to hit save mockup there. And then I'm going to do one here for just a 3-bottle. By the way, just as a little tip, I like using tools like Canva. If you're not super good at things like Photoshop or Adobe Illustrator or whatever kind of platform you're using, I like using tools like Canva. A, because they have a free tier, and B, because they have even their paid tier is like super cheap, and it's really incredible what you can do with that stuff. So anyway, just a little tip. So then I'm going to say, great, I want these images in my store. I'm going to generate those images. And this is how fast it is. I literally had my label. I put it on there. While it's generating, I'm going to actually send it to my store. And I'm going to make sure it's my Shopify Tone Deaf store. And I'm going to publish it right away. Okay. So now, while that's publishing, I'm going to go into the actual product section of my store. And you can see I've already added a couple other ones here. And now that's loaded. I'm going to refresh this so we can see what products are in. Okay. And there you go. There's my shed fat burner. Now, I've shown you now how you download your template, how you're going to complete a label and put it into Dropify to generate the store images, and how to actually upload it to the Shopify store. Now we got to talk about bundling multiple products, okay? Now to do this is really, really cool. Now selling more of the same is not difficult, right? Because all you're doing, there's a couple ways that you can do that normally, is you can just, create coupons to say if you buy 3, apply this coupon and put rules in the back end for your coupons. You can create your own bundled packages that actually just only have 3, but that have their separate SKUs for that. This is so much simpler than that. So I'm just going to show you how quickly you can put this in. So if you're in Shopify, again, in every platform, this is going to be roughly the same process. I'm going to add variants. Okay. Now for this variant, I'm going to look at quantity, or I'll just call it bundle packs. Okay. Now I'm going to add in my different bundle packs. So I'm going to have a one single order. I'm going to say 3-pack bundle, 6-pack bundle, 9-pack bundle, and that's going to be just more of the same. Okay. Now I'm also going to throw in a couple of extra little fun ones here. So this is, instead of just selling more of the same, that, like I said, that part's not overly tricky, because if someone orders multiple units, whoever's fulfilling it's just going to put more of the same units in the same box. The tricky part comes in when you're ordering different products and trying to put them in the same box, because typically that's coming from 2 different companies, and so how they're not likely going to connect for every single customer and put everything in the same box, right? So I'm going to show you how cool this is. So I'm going to call this like the ultimate, I'll say, fat burning package, and I'll say the ultimate muscle building package, just to kind of throw some variation in there. Okay, so now I have my variations. I'm going to save this bad boy. Cool. Now I'm going to go back into the platform. I'm going to jump into my the product that I have in my store here. Okay. And then I'm actually going to just map the bundling, the variants. Now, why am I showing this? Because this is super important. This is actually probably one of the most powerful pieces about using a service like this, is because what you're doing is, instead of you having to figure out if someone buys 5 of this product and 4 of that product and 2 of that product, because you're using the bundling. But the thing is, it's a nightmare for you to deal with the fulfillment and the shipping and the tracking side of it, because you have to track all that stuff. And when you have multiple products getting sent out and multiple boxes being sent out, there's a higher chance that those boxes are going to get, like one of them is going to get lost or whatever. They're not going to arrive at the same time, and it's just a bad customer experience. So what we're doing right now is we're telling our fulfillment center that whatever product, whatever manufacturer this is coming from, fulfillment center is going to go in and make sure that all of those orders from each of those individual manufacturers are going to come in, and they're going to actually ship everything into one giant kit, so that the client gets one kit with all the stuff that they ordered in it. So how we're going to do that, and it's super easy. How we're going to do that is just going to quickly map my variant. And in each one of these, because I label it this way, I'm just going to make sure that I follow kind of what I've written. So for single order, we're going to do 1. Okay. 3-pack would be 3. So the quantity is going to be 3. That means that when they click this, it's going to be 1 order, but they're going to sell, we're going to send out 3 units, and you're going to do that all the way through. Now I'm going to go to the ultimate fat burning package. So I have a couple extra products that I want to add into this special unique package, and that could be with the one-time offer, an upsell. It could be whatever, right? So I'm going to say, cool, I'm going to have my shed fat burner in on this. And by the way, you can make this a separate product in and of itself if you wanted to. I'm just showing how you can do this in any variant as well. So I'm going to say, I'm going to throw in 6. I'm going to throw in 6 shed fat burners. I'm also going to throw in, let's say, fiber gummies here. I'm going to throw in 6 fiber gummies. And so this is going to be a 12-pack that I'm going to be sending it to. Last thing I'm going to do is muscle building, and I'm going to do the exact same thing, but I'll do shed fat burner. And we'll do 6 here, and then I'm just going to do 6 mass muscle supplements, which is just another product that we offer here. Here, and I'll do 6 here. Okay, so once all that's done, I'm going to save that. Cool. I'm going to go back into my Tone Dev store. Oh, the last thing I needed to do was the pricing here. So, and again, I'm just showing you like literally how quickly you can get this up and running. I don't want to spend too much more time doing it, but literally this is how quickly you can bundle in. But if I wanted to do this and, say $80 for 6, I'll do $150. Sorry, $80 for 3, $150 for that. I'll say $250 for 9. And the ultimate fat burning would be $350, and ultimate muscle building would be $350. Now, again, you'd have to go into each one of these and put the pictures in and all that stuff. But again, I just want to show you how quickly you can get this up and running in your store. Once that's done, I'm going to view it just to see what it looks like. Cool. Here you go. So this is the actual page. Again, it's just a standard Shopify theme page. You can put this on, page builders or whatever that you have, or sales funnels. So single order is going to be $30. Again, 3-pack, 80, 6-pack, 150, ultimate, it's going to be $350. And then whenever they say buy now, then it'll go, and once they purchase it, then again, Shopify is going to do all the shipping and fulfillment for you. And so they'll make sure everything gets sent out in one box, and that's it. So guys, that is it. I'm super excited. I know that was a lot of content here, but again, when we're looking at private label and how quickly you can put private label onto your stores, and how quickly you can see that turn a profit for you, and what kind of profits you're looking at, and why this works, like, I wanted to make sure that you had a pretty well-rounded presentation today. So what I might do then is, Nicole had said that for those that are getting the all access pass, there was a special bonus, and you would have seen it earlier when I was telling Nicole about it. It's 80% off. What I'd love to do is just quickly show you what is it that you're going to be getting for that 80% off. So guys, this is the bonus offer that that we're going to be providing specifically for eCom Q4 Seller Summit. This is super huge, and normally you guys got to know that with Dropified, This is something, I mean, we put all the values next to it. These are all add-ons that we normally would be charging for with our traditional client base. This is not a deal that gets out there very often, but we wanted to make sure that we gave you the absolute upper hand to launching a super successful Q4. So just give me a couple minutes here and then I'll just quickly run through this. So first and foremost, we want to provide you the, it's going to be 80% off offer, but we're going to be providing you with Dropified, the supplement on-demand membership. And so that's the platform that you just saw. And that's going to be for 1 whole year, it's going to be coming with this deal. Next, you're going to get instant access to actually the 6-week supplement on-demand masterclass. We have our own masterclass where you can learn start to finish how to launch your supplement on-demand business. It's absolutely incredible. And you go at your own pace. It's not like a drip feed. Lastly, next, you're also going to get access to a starter product sample kit. Now, guys, this is awesome because you're actually going to be able to personally sample the quality of the products yourself. So you don't have to order all these samples in. We're just going to give you a nice sample box. I think it's about between 9 and 12. So I think it's 9 supplements and 3 CBD products. We're also going to give you access to a supplement traffic secrets mini course. So if you're new to advertising and you kind of think that the only thing that's out there is Facebook and Google, we actually provide a really, really extensive traffic secrets mini course where you can cut the learning curve, market like the big boys do, but you can do it using a model that is lean and agile enough to target these multiple traffic sources at the exact same time, which is going to be to your benefit. Next, we're going to give you a thing called Dropify Swipe Box, which is really an easy way to generate some of the more important content that you'll have on your website if you don't already have it, as well as template emails and a full customer service playbook if that's something that you're looking to adopt for the busy Q4 season. We give you a full walkthrough scripts, everything on how to organize that and what, even call tree forms, how you can get everything started from start to finish, again, with a customer service playbook. So we're going to include that in there. Next, we're going to give you access to the quarterly Dropified magazine where you can get the scoop on new latest trends, news products, offerings available to you like you kind of saw today. We're going to announce when they're coming out and what the benefits are those going to be so you can get ahead of the game. We're also going to give you access to over 100 different label design templates so that you can save hours and hours of research and hundreds of bucks on that you'd be spending for hiring designers. You can actually quickly and easily put your logo, product name, and your company and your key benefits and your contact info actually on the label, and then you can just get up and running as quickly as you saw me do that today. We're also going to provide you access to a payment solution that specializes in supplements and CBD space so that you can have the competitive advantage to sell these high margin products safely, which is really good. Now, there's 2 here that are just huge. We're going to provide you a premium concierge support team. And really what this is where you're literally going to have access to a calendar that you can book either phone calls or video calls, kind of like what you're seeing here with me, with a success team that is going to actually look at your current progress. So they're going to hear you out, say, hey, listen, what's going on? They're going to answer your questions, but they're going to look at your progress and they're going to give you instant feedback and coach you to help you reach your next step faster, which is amazing. Think of it like having your own personal coach with this. It's amazing. And so that's huge. And then lastly, we're going to give you 126 proven headlines, ads, copy that are specific to the health and wellness spaces. And that's come from both our success and our customer success, as well as a lot of it's supported by a lot of the industry leaders in these spaces that has really helped us, our customers, and those industry leaders make millions of dollars off of these proven headlines, ads, and copy specific to the health and wellness space. And again, we're just taking one more thing off the table for you having to think about pure creation. It's a template, use it, and work with it as you need to. Guys, I'm doing all this because I want you, I'm doing this because I want you to have our success be the platform for your success. And that's ultimately what my mission and goal in life is. And that's why I partnered with Dropified. And so this is an amazing program platform that we're giving this amazing value to you just so that you can have this incredible opportunity to actually spin up Q4 with your own private label brands on demand, priority shipping 1 to 3 days, and you can spin it up as quickly as I just did. So you're going to see a link you're going to see a link come up that you can just click on, and then you can go through. I have a full webinar that you can actually watch if you're interested in. It's a free web class that I've provided. But if this makes sense to you, you're going to have the order page there, and you'll see the opportunity to order on that page. So thank you so much for attending. This has been awesome. And if you have any questions, again, I'd be more than happy to answer those for you. So, oh, one thing I forgot to mention is you're seeing this giant 30-day money-back guarantee. That actually applies. So if again, we know that Q4 is really pressing for you, and so I've just showed you how quickly you can spin up something. But for any reason, if you just feel like this isn't working for you, 100%, we are going to give a 30-day money-back guarantee. So from the day that you purchase, you have 30 days, essentially just to make sure that this is going to work for you. And again, I just showed you how quickly you can spin something up and the margins you can be making and how quickly you can bundle. And so, yeah, but if for any reason that you just feel like it's just not the right fit, that's okay. We're going to give you your money back within the first 30 days of you purchasing. So yeah, so really there's no risk. I mean, you get the opportunity just to try it. Now, again, you do have the opportunity to try it, but the thing is like you get to do it essentially risk-free and private label. That normally is not something that you hear very often. So I want to make sure that you understand the opportunity that we're giving you. Hopefully you got a lot of value out of this, and yeah, let me know if you have any questions.